It was quite late when I packed up my fishing gear and headed home. The sun was beginning to dip behind the treetops, casting a warm glow on the neighborhood. In the distance, I heard footsteps approaching. I assumed it was a couple seeking privacy in a secluded spot and was dumbfounded when I saw it was my father-in-law and mother-in-law, whom my wife and I lived with. My father-in-law, 55, was a simple man who enjoyed hot drinks, while my mother-in-law, who was 8 years younger than him, rarely indulged in a drink, but became quite animated when she drank wine. She was a petite woman. The only thing they had in common that evening was their obvious state of intoxication. It was hard to tell if they were walking or supporting each other as they stumbled along. The only thing I could tell was that the father-in-law had one arm around his spouse's waist. Upon meeting me, my mother-in-law, Sarah, immediately took an interest in what kind of fish I had caught. She asked me to hold the rod while my father-in-law stood next to me and whispered something in her ear. Although I couldn't hear their conversation, his response was unexpectedly aggressive. "I don't care," he exclaimed, forcefully pushing my mother-in-law off the shore into the water and away. Fortunately, the water was warm enough. Not knowing what to do next, I crouched down next to her to catch my breath. She said she was cold, and I remembered I had a blanket. Without thinking, I pulled it out, and we sought warmth and comfort in its embrace. Pressed against each other, we gradually warmed up and dried off. I must admit that my mother-in-law Sarah, despite her age, had a captivating appeal that attracted the attention of men. Her diminutive size was complemented by her stunning figure, and I often couldn't take my eyes off her. As we chatted in each other's arms, the sun began to set, painting the surroundings in dark colors. Quite by accident, my hand slid farther away than it should have. My mother-in-law's reaction came in the form of a kiss, which allowed me to relax and continue stroking her. Yes, I had never been fishing like this before, and even with a mature princess in the form of my mother-in-law, the blanket came in handy on both occasions. As soon as I packed up my fishing rods, we happily headed home. Such a fulfilling fishing trip was unexpected. However, the story with my mother-in-law did not end there. Another time, when we were left home alone, we decided to go to the sauna. I have to say that it was the most enjoyable time I've ever spent in a sauna. So now we have two favorite places, the sauna and, of course, fishing, which is where it all started.